Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Tapering, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that economists expect a statement that tapering is likely to come this year, and also another bearish news is that Evergrande, which is China's second largest property developer by sales, facing serious problems. And this can lead also bad things in the Chinese economy, which can cause, of course, something big worldwide. If this thing is playing out, we'll see, we will discuss it. The second news is all about that Shark Tank star predicts that if a Bitcoin ETF in the US will be approved by the SEC, it could bring another $1 trillion worth of buying into Bitcoin, and this could push up the price pretty greatly. And also an ancient Bitcoin stash worth of 30 million is just moved. So guys, all this in today's video. And if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel but you would like to get the daily fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news, then definitely do so. Subscribe, bell button, all. That's the only thing you have to do. And then you're getting the notifications as soon as a new video is out. And I'm putting these videos on YouTube every weekday to keeping you up to date. And also check out the links under the video. You can save a lot of money with it, with this registrations to different kind of cryptocurrency exchanges, just like Coinbase, Kraken, FTX, and so on and so forth. And also I have a free course for you how to start to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And well, let's jump onto the market, because what we can see now, it's a drop again. Like kind of Monday when prices all going down, Bitcoin going down 6%, $45,089 at the present. Ethereum 8% down, $3,157. When we're looking at the gainers, we see CELO 18% up, Cosmos 6%, and Near Protocol 3.6%. These are the top gainers, but the majority is going down. Heather Hashgraph 11%, almost 12%. Waves 11%, Torsion 11%. Many of them 11%, by the way. If you look, even Solana 13 and Terra 14. So this should be actually on the top. Anyway, so today we're having a kind of one of those days when actually the market is going down. And when we're looking at here, the candlestick chart of Bitcoin compared to US dollar, then here we can see this daily red candle. And well, we have talked about it already. I saw it on another channel on the moon, also talking about it, because this kind of thing what happened here, it looks like the little brother. It's just standing here. And of course, it's not necessarily it's going to play out exactly in the same way, but there are many similarities, because we had this kind of, all these higher highs were actually difference between both of them here. These two and these two were smaller. There was a rollover, and then we had this one drop, and then we had lower low, and then lower high, and then another lower low. And then we had this kind of channel, and there was the breakout. And when we're looking at, here, with similar things happening, and if this guy is this guy, and this guy, and this guy, then this can bring us a bit more down, theoretically. Who knows what's going to happen? And look at this. Here, as soon as we reach this level, with the second one, with this one, this level, then we broke down further. Therefore, it's important to see if we're going to reach this level here, are we going to break further down? Just what happened down there. And then, the price, how much we can go down. If you're looking at here, we went down all the way here, and this was in line with this price target here. Then this is going to be the same for the present one. So we can go all the way down to 37,000 if this thing is playing out, and then maybe, break back. And we do know that, September in the last couple of years played out as a bearish month. We had a red candle back in 2017. Even after that, we had a very nice breakout and, new all-time highs. So September looks to be a red candle, and we are kind of like 10 days away from the end of the month. But it doesn't mean we cannot have a nice October. But there are news which also bearish. There are some bullish. So it's a mixture of them. And now this is how the market reacts on them. So let's talk about one of the bearish news. So let's go for it. Okay, one of them I would like to point out here is this one. It's all about, tapering. So far we had the, kind of inflation period. So what is basically tapering? Tapering is the gradual slowing of the pace of the Fed's large-scale asset purchases. So slowing down that kind of process. This is what tapering is all about. And economists expect a statement that tapering is likely to come this year. So, which means the dollar, so this inflation, the dollar which is inflating becomes deflationary. So the dollar's value going up in that period, in that case, because we use now kind of Bitcoin and gold and all these assets against the dollar to keep the value. This can actually push down the price of Bitcoin and push down similar assets as well. So Fed's officials are facing a hard reality. Economic growth is coming in weaker than forecast, while inflation is coming in hotter, said Diane Swong, the chief economist of Grant Thornton. The Fed has been buying 80 billion of treasuries and 40 billion of mortgages-backed securities each month since last June to keep long-term interest rates low and bolster demand. It said it would maintain the purchase until the economy hit a threshold of substantial progress on inflation, the labor market. Since the summer, the Fed has been talking about slowing down and eventually ending these purchases. So this is what tapering is all about. Although not an exact science, roughly half of the Fed's 18 top officials support tapering sooner rather than later. So let's do it sooner. They think the economy has met the threshold of substantial progress and is now being bedwelled by supply bottleneck, something that Fed asset purchases can solve. That's what they're saying. Now it would be nice to move it sooner or later. I mean, slowing down and going in the way of tapering. So this is one thing which is going on now, and this is also, kind of news which can actually bring down a little bit the Bitcoin price. Overall, for the general mood on the investment market, there is another negative news, and this is all about Evergrande, because Evergrande is actually China's second largest property developer by sale, and they facing problem. And when you're looking at their stock, look at this, in the last 6 months, it's going down tremendously, and now it's actually facing serious issues. So why would it matter if Evergrande collapse? Because they're talking about it like that, could it be the Lehman Brothers for 2021, back in what happened in the US in 2008. So one company really started it, and then it just was like a snowball effect. So there are several reasons why Evergrande problems are serious. So firstly, many people bought property from Evergrande even before building work begun. They have paid deposit and could potentially lose the money if it goes bust. There are also the companies that do business with Evergrande. Firms including constructions and design firms and material suppliers are at the risk of incurring major losses, which could force them into bankruptcy. So those companies which are connected to them, because these guys are actually large. The third is the potential impact on China's financial system. The financial fallout would be far-reaching. Evergrande reportedly owes on money to around 171 domestic banks and 121 other financial firms. The Economist Intelligence Unit's EIU METI backing told BBC. If Evergrande defaults, banks and other lenders may be forced to lend less. This could lead to what is known as a credit crunch, when companies struggle to borrow money at affordable rates. A credit crunch would be very bad news for the world's second largest economy, because companies that can't borrow find it difficult to grow and in some cases are unable to continue operating. This may also unnerve foreign investors who could see China as a less attractive place to put their money. So as you can see, it's just one little thing, kind of looks like, but it could cause serious problems on its way, just like what happened to Lehman Brothers. And then, it was unstoppable, this kind of domino effects, what happened. And this is what people now a little bit afraid of. We see how it will play out, but this is definitely bad news on the investment market. And this is why we can see also a price drop in crypto as well. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. The next thing is actually a bullish one in a way that Shark Tank star predicts that if Bitcoin ETFs will be approved by the SEC in the US, it could bring another $1 trillion investment into Bitcoin. And this is definitely bullish. Well, Bitcoin ETF in the US, it's in the air for a while because so many of them have already applied for it by the SEC. There were some were rejected and many of them are still waiting for the decision. And here we have now Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. And he was saying in an interview that, so I'm estimating, let's just take Bitcoin, the granddaddy of all cryptos. If the regulator finally allowed financial services companies to call it an asset, put it into an ETF in the United States like they have in Canada and other countries, I figured there would be another $1 trillion worth of buying into Bitcoin. And then think about other cryptocurrencies. This could actually straight away double Bitcoin's market cap. And this could, bring up the price just like crazy. So a Bitcoin ETF in the US could be the one next thing. And by the way, there was a video uploaded, BITBOY, the largest crypto YouTube channel. And, this is the video. I was wrong about Bitcoin, kinda. So what he was saying, he's saying that now actually the peak could be pretty soon, even in October, the market can peak, because he believes that these things what I just mentioned with the Fed and starting this whole deflationary period after inflationary, what we just having right now, this could lead to a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency price drop as US dollar is getting stronger. And he thinks it's going to happen pretty soon. And if this is happening, this will turn everything bearish on the crypto market rather than bullish. So now we have two things on the side. We have, for instance, if they approve a US ETF for Bitcoin, this could be amazingly bullish. But if that's not happening, but this deflationary whole thing, the tapering, it's going to start, and they will announce it, what steps they going to do. This can actually bring bearish thing, and then his scenario can actually play out. Well, we will tell pretty soon, right? Because October, it's here very, very, very soon. And yeah, this would be actually interesting. It's a tough thing to say, because the majority of the people believe that everything will go fine till the end of the year. Some of them believe even until the first quarter next year. But this is an interesting statement by him. It caused some kind of debate on the internet. Many people wrote him that how you can say that if even Bitcoin hasn't even reached its new all-time high, and it's not going to play out in that short period of time. So yeah, interesting, but we will see. But we can see like the both sides what they arguing. And now let's move on to the third news. And the third one is that an ancient Bitcoin stash, which is worth 30 million now, has been just moved. Sometimes we have this, we have this old Bitcoin addresses. They keep big amount of Bitcoin because back then it was pretty cheap, let's face it. And now we have another one, an ancient Bitcoin stash, an ancient, it's like, well, go back 10 years kind of, but it's already ancient in Bitcoin. So worth of 30 million just moved. So stash was worth 8,195 when it was first deposited. Here you can see that the Bitcoin wallet that lay particularly dormant for 9 years suddenly came online today. And the wallet contained 616 Bitcoin. In the time the wallet has lain dormant, the price of Bitcoin has gone from $13, that was back then, to a present price, which is now a bit more or less, because it was when the article was written, 47,811, and now we have seen this 45,000 something. But anyway, a significant growth what we can see here. And we had, for instance, earlier this year, a wallet containing 5 million in Bitcoin come online again after laying dormant since June 2010. So sometimes we can see these big ones, and I'm always wondering that how could they stay so cool for that amount of time? Because just think about it. If you buy something and invest at $13, then when it's $130, it's already 10 times. When it's 1,300, it's already, well, it's a crazy gains. And why they said, okay, that's just not enough for me. Why they said it's like, okay, I'm waiting for it. So these must be the strong believers of Bitcoin. Or actually, why they haven't moved just like one part of it and then have the rest, but just like get their initial investment. So therefore, this is, I think, an amazing thing when a big address moves a big amount of Bitcoin, which back then wasn't that much, but right now it's like worth 30 million. Now and then they cashing out and move to another places anyway, but we can see that things are moving there, and these probably will more coming in the future. Well, there's a certain limit for it probably, but definitely an interesting move. So guys, all this for today. Smash the like button if you like this kind of content. That also help YouTube algorithm to spread these videos, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel if you would like to get the fresh daily cryptocurrency and blockchain news. Subscribe, bell button, that's the only thing you have to do, and then you get the notifications as soon as a new video is out. And this is important because you must stay up to date in this very volatile but also amazing market. Tomorrow I'm coming back with the freshest, so have a good one. Bye bye.